Disclaimer time, none of the pictures here belong to me. Touhou belongs to Zoom. Any pictures or videos used here all belong to the respective owner. Just in case someone says that I own these, I do not. I definitely do not have the skills nor the patience to make them. So there you go, just to be on the safe side. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Nostalgia, what does it mean? For those who don't know, it's like a desire to think back a moment in time, usually where you felt happy or had positive moments. It can be easily triggered by looking at items, let's say a backpack from when you were in elementary school, or maybe you're out with your friends and you notice some kids doing activities you yourself might have done in the past. I say nostalgia is a good thing to experience once in a while, to recapture a blissful moment in your life. Luckily, with this list, it'll make things easier for you. I'll be putting together a compilation of nostalgia moments I hope you guys experienced like I did when you were younger. Just to note, this list will contain moments I personally have had, so I'm sure there are many more pictures in this category that you've probably associated with and I didn't, and same vice versa. With that all said, let's begin the countdown of my top 10 nostalgia Touhou pictures. Number 10. When dealing with a crying baby, there are some steps you can take to stop it, like checking the baby to see if it's hungry or not. The diaper is also another place you might want to check as well, or it might just be bored when everything is good. A thing I tried to do to stop the baby from crying was making goofy faces to them. Majority of the times, it seemed to have worked. Let's show you one of the faces I used to use to calm babies down. Some might think the face would have done the opposite of what I was going for, but surprisingly, my funny face did pretty well and quelled the crying, usually. Number 9. When you went to a store as a kid and you only had one choice of sweets, what did you guys usually get? Bubblegum, chocolate, or candy? I usually went with chocolate whenever I could. Kit Kats and Coffee Crisps were the ones I usually took. Another one I got was a Kinder Surprise egg. You know, the chocolate egg with a toy in them, which you can assemble after. Those were really fun when I was a kid. The next picture shows you a rather interesting prize you can get from it. Okay, if my Kinder Egg gave me a chibi oku, I think I would buy all the Kinder Eggs. But that could just be me. Number 8. Hopefully you guys have had a Slurpee before, and if you didn't, then you're missing out. For those who don't know, a Slurpee is a frozen carbonated drink. Any soft drinks you can think of will usually be in a Slurpee form as well, like Coke, 7-Up, root beer, and etc. Winnipeg, the city I live in, is the Slurpee capital of the world. Even in a cold ass country like Canada, we'll still buy Slurpees during -20 weather, including I. This next picture, ironically, warms me up, and I'll show you why. This picture is awesome because we have a chibi ran, but the other thing is the way she's being fed of Slurpee. When I was a kid, I used to only drink my Slurpee by using the straw, collecting the ice, and eating it. Even my siblings and cousins used to do that as well. Our parents found it a bit weird since it took forever for us to finish Slurpee, but we enjoyed it, and that was the important part. Damn, now I want a Slurpee. Number 7. Back in elementary school, I had a friend who I used to hang out with quite frequently and would poke me when I wasn't looking and pretend that they didn't do it. It was annoying, no doubt, but it could have been worse. Let me show you a picture of someone who's been in my shoes in the past. I thought my friend was bad, but Yuriko has it tougher. Like the troll Yukari is, she could pull this off at a level my friend could never do. And the worst part is that all of Gensokyo is her playground. Number 6. I mentioned that I would usually get chocolate when going to the store. My brother, on the other hand, preferred chips instead. When he was younger, he would sometimes have a hard time opening the bags. So he would pass it to me if he couldn't open them. I usually was able to handle it, but there were times when I swore the bags were glued with super glue or whatnot. At that point, I just got some bloody scissors and cut it up. The next picture shows someone also having a hard time opening up some bags of chips. Even Flandre, who I've mentioned all of her abilities in one of my previous top 10 lists, is having troubles opening the chips. I'm just glad to see I wasn't the only one that was stumped by it in the past. Number 5. I want to say I miss school, but I'd be lying. Waking up every morning was killer. But now that I think about that, I do the same thing for work. Well, school was still worse. With the early wake up, I always felt sleepy and wanted to nap on top of my desk. And I did. Until I was woken up by teachers, that is. The next picture shows the same predicament I used to be in, but with a less painful experience. If I ever had Kane as my teacher, I'd be scared shitless to even think about sleeping. I'm not the only one who thinks that. Oku's terrified as well. Kyoshi is just sitting there, enjoying what she's seeing. And Kirino still manages to sleep. I'm not for sure if I should be impressed or saddened by that. Or maybe the strength of Kane's throw put her into a permanent sleep. Number 4. Another one about school. But were any of you guys fans of parent-teacher meetings? I hated them. Not because I was bad at school or whatnot. It's just I was only above average. And my mom was a big fan of that. Strict Asian parents for the win. Regardless, let me show you what a parent-teacher meeting in Gensokyo looks like. It's nice to see Hijiri, Uzan, Tojiko, and Saga being in as the parents, while Ichirin, Murasa, Kirino, and Rigo as the students. At the very least, it didn't seem like any of them were in trouble, which is surprisingly good for a parent-teacher meeting. Number 3. Legos were my second favorite thing to play with. The only thing that beat that was the Nintendo 64. A great console, by the way. Anyway, Legos was just amazing. It was literally limitless to what one could create with these blocks. The only annoying thing was always trying to find that right piece inside that big tub I had to put them in. I could have poured it on the ground, but then I had to clean it up after. And ain't nobody got the time to clean Lego up. Anyway, anyone can enjoy it, big or small. And we'll show someone who agrees with it. Like I said, big or small. Shimiyu Maru is definitely enjoying those Legos. It looks like she's built a wall and has Lego men all around the area. The tag of this picture mentions Attack on Titan. So is Shimiyu Maru the Titan then? Quite the twist there, don't you think? Number 2. Have you guys ever rocked your chair back and forth, trying to go as far as you can before you tip and fall on your ass? Or I should say back in this case. Good stuff, good stuff. While it isn't the smartest thing to do, it was surprisingly entertaining. It was just like trying to beat your high score or whatnot. Let me show you a picture of what happens when you go a bit too far. Whenever you play the tipping game, you will eventually lose. And Satori's no exception. And she even has glass falling as well. This is definitely not going to turn out pretty whatsoever. Number 1. The last picture about shopping, I swear. Probably due to the fact it's number 1, but whatever. There are times when you're forced to go shopping with your parents because you're either too young or they just don't bloody trust you. It's annoying to go when you're forced because it usually feels like they take forever. Like Sakya stopped time or whatnot just to mess with you. Once your parents buy everything and you're about to leave the store, this happens. The dreaded parents talking. Oh, how I hated that! So many times this has happened when my siblings and I went with our parents to shop and they encountered their friends. Half the time, their talks are longer than the duration we went shopping for. It never ends. I swear, I felt as if Yukari herself used her gap ability to transport my parents' friends there just to troll my ass. Enough about my annoyance. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. Which ones were your favorite? Are you planning on buying some Kinder Eggs, hoping to get a chibi Hellraven? Did Kane remind you of why you should never sleep in class? Or are you planning on playing the Tippy game after you've done this video? Either way, this is Magi, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hello, Magi, and as you just saw, that was my top 10 nostalgic Touhou pictures. I don't know why that sounded hard to say, but whatever. That was the list, and like always, I hope you guys enjoyed that. So let's discuss for this end slate. So, what was I gonna say? God damn it, this is hard. I'm trying to spit. Okay, got it. I did mention in my previous top 10 list that I was gonna do an interesting Touhou facts, I believe. Hopefully I'd mentioned something like this. If I didn't, well, that sucks. But let's mention now. I'll be posting the first episode hopefully in a week or two. I've gotten some facts, but I didn't get enough. I was hoping for it just because I was working on this, and some other stuff came up. So the first episode, it'll just be like, obviously it'll be the first episode, so we'll see how it goes from there and see how quick it is. If it's quick, you know, I'll just put that alongside with the top 10. If not, then I'll just alternate them, or maybe just do my best as I can. I'll just put the first one up and then, you know, gauge from there and see how it goes. And hopefully you guys respond to it very well with the top 10 facts. There's no real guideline to it, as I've thought about. Like, I am looking at my main goal for that first is just to look at the characters, because obviously it's easier to do with the characters than maybe with the setting itself of entire Gensokyo, because there's no doubt a lot of interesting facts about Gensokyo, but I might have to look into that a little deeper than compared to the characters, because you know, people notice the characters more than the settings usually, something like that. So it'll be a lot easier for me. So that's the goal, and hopefully that'll be posted in a week or so, just to let you guys see what that is. And hopefully, if I'm doing it correctly, which I'm hoping to get, I've envisioned like a structure for it, then it should be pretty quick and boom, boom, boom. And other than that, oh yeah, one more thing. I think I can't remember mentioning this, but I am planning on getting a new computer, but it might be a bit just because just need to make sure I have all the right funds for it. Because if I get this new computer, everything's gonna make my life so much better when it comes to recording stuff. Not that this computer is doing fine; it's doing well. I bought it for 2011. I'll explain a little more in the future. But hoping to do a video showcasing my new computer once I get it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed that too as well. And aside from that, I'm trying to, oh yeah, I'm trying to think anything else. No, I think that should be it. So this is a pretty short end slate because I can't really think of anything that I really need to mention. But that should be it. So the interesting Touhou facts will be coming eventually in a week or two. That's my goal, and hopefully you guys respond to that very well. The next one is the computer. Yes, the computer will be no doubt important for recording because this is the computer. Hopefully I can record some of the Touhou games in 60 FPS and obviously in the usual 1080p, which would be good because this computer cannot do 60 FPS, which is fine because it's kind of old from 2011. So I'm not gonna give crap about it. The fact that it's playing most of the current gen stuff and it's in a pretty alright settings, it's pretty good. So I'm not gonna gripe it too much. But yeah, once I get it, then once I can do 60 FPS, it's gonna make the whole experience a lot better for you guys and myself, because it'd be nice to see that in the future. And yeah, that should be it. So, like always, this is Magi, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video.